Hello everybody, MorbTron here. Today I want to talk a little bit about the last patch we got. The one that changed a bunch of supers according to Bungie. The one that gave us the last word. The one that I was hoping would change the Crucible meta. Now this is going to be an opinion piece. My opinion may differ from yours. If you want to debate something in the comments, I only ask that you keep it civil. Now, moving on. Let's start with supers, because Update 2.1.4 was supposed to be all about supers. So says Bungie in the title of their developer update. Hunters. The Gunslinger. Honestly, one of my favorite buffs, reworks of this whole patch. You gotta start out with something positive. The 6-shooter golden gun is so much fun now. It is amazingly addictive in Mayhem. And once Mayhem is done, I'm going to use it in regular quick play, and I'm going to see how much I like it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to love it there as well. The one gripe that I do have with Golden Gun 6-shooter over Blade Barrage, let's say, is that Blade Barrage gets their super much faster. And having the exotic Shards of Galanor give you your super back, at least partially, on a kill, is still very powerful. Blade Barrage, I don't think got nerfed enough. None of it got really reworked to a nerf, I would say. The impact damage from each blade did get nerfed by quite a bit, from 150 to 350. Most of their damage went to explosives, so the explosion damage went from 150 to 250. Bungie said that, Blade Barrage Hunters were going to deal self-damage. In order for a Blade Barrage Hunter to completely take themselves out with their super, they need to basically stand right up against a wall and super themselves. I really don't agree with that. I think that self-damage should be a lot more harsh with these supers that are just a one-shot. On mouse and keyboard, all you have to do is press F and you win. Especially these self-tracking supers. If you're in the explosion, you should get taken out as well. Yeah. So, Blade Barrage, I don't think got nerfed enough. On to the next thing they did, Hunter Mobius Quiver. I haven't really had a chance to use it in Crucible. I'm not really a fan of Tether in Crucible. But I used it in PvE. Feels good. I like it. Gotta say, it makes Mobius Quiver at least usable. Before it was just kind of garbage tier, and now it's at least usable, but it's still not as good as regular Tether with Orpheus rigs, so it's always going to have that lurking in the shadows. The Spectral Blades super, I think, also is still way too powerful. Just the mere fact that you are off enemy radar when you are stealthed, and you can see through walls, makes that super immensely powerful to begin with. Having any additional armor in that super seems ridiculous to me, because you should not be seen at all. So having the immense amount of super armor that they still have, which is still 62%. 62% damage reduction before Masterwork armor while they're stealthed. A little bit too much. I think if they got rid of entirely the damage resistance, it'd bring it back a little bit and make it more balanced, It's a super that you are completely invisible if you're doing it correctly, and flanking. You should not be charging down the middle because you know you're going to be able to take out the enemies before they're able to take you out of your super. That's not how that should be used. The Arc Staff, they say they changed some stuff. They increased the heavy palm blast attack, so you, on mouse and keyboard, you left click, right click, and you do like a palm blast. I'm sure it's, right trigger, left trigger. On a console, it's probably what it is. It's been a while since I've used a controller, so my apologies if that was wrong, but or if it's the opposite way. But yeah, that didn't really do much. Titans, my heart and my soul. Titans, Sunbreaker. I was really hoping for a buff overall for Titans in Sunbreaker. Now, Exotic armor pieces, different story. We're talking about supers. Now, bottom tree, you know, the Sunbreaker tree that has sunspots, still not viable in Crucible, I don't think. I think if there was a slight amount of tracking to the hammers. Now, I don't say tracking by meaning like Dawnblade levels of tracking you, but definitely like maybe the amount of tracking that's on like the Jotun. You know, something that you can still strafe out of the way of if you can know where it's coming from. But just a little bit of tracking on the hammers, I think, would make that super better, especially because bottom tree, the hammers don't explode. They just kind of hit you and then leave a sunspot there. But overall, that super is much better to use in PvE. So there's that. Now the Burning Maul super, I still don't like it. I know that's it's improved slam, attack, projectile, whatever. The slam attack got improved tracking, and the slam attack does more damage. Don't care. It's still a super that I don't like to use. It was fun to use while leveling, and it's still kind of fun to use randomly, but I don't think it's that great of a super, to be honest. Sentinel. The damage increase they did there, where the final melee combo hit damage was increased by 90. You don't notice it at all. You do notice it does more damage in PvE. They just flat out buffed its PvE damage by 17%. Definitely noticeable, so thank you, Bungo, making Sentinel better in PvE. Striker. Apparently they did some stuff. I'm not really a Striker Titan. I haven't really played much of it. They made it do more PvE damage. That's always nice. It's nice to have more PvE damage there. On to Warlocks. The Cataclysm Nova Bomb does a ton more damage. Like, if you get hit by it, you're done. I don't care what's going on, you're dead. You are very, very dead. And the Seeker projectile, like, it's tracking insane. You have to run away from those. Like, before, you know, someone would get killed by a Cataclysm Nova Bomb, you don't have to worry about little Seeker projectiles. They were going to go do their own thing. They're, you know, going to go watch a movie, get a soda, you know, it'll be perfectly fine. Now, they are hunting you down like they're a starving person and you have the last Snickers bar. They will find you. They are little Liam Neesons. You gotta run from them. It makes Cataclysm usable in the Crucible. Now in Mayhem, it's not really a good test. We'll have to see when people are out of Mayhem, when the vast majority of people are in quick play again. We'll see how it goes. Vortex Nova Bomb, it just does more damage, flat out. Whatever. Nova Warp. Actually got a decent nerf. I gotta say, Nova Warps have kind of died down. I'm happy for that. Yay. Now on to Dawnblade. They needed to get buffed for some reason. I don't understand. Increase the damage against minor, major, and mini bosses and combatants by 43%. I don't think that they needed to be buffed at all, but, you know, it's fine. Every time that Bungie does something with supers, they always end up buffing Dawnblade. I don't get it. But they apparently needed more super duration as well. They get 3 more seconds of super duration. I don't think Dawnblade needed that. Flat out. Did not need that buff, but they gave it to him. Stormtrance Super Chain Lightning got increased target maximum for Chain Lightning by 1. Whatever. On to the other pieces of the update. On to what I was going to hope for would be a meta shift. Scout Rifles. They got, you know, increased damage, 5 to 10% based, or I would say like 5 or 6% in PvP. Flat out 10% buff across the board in PvE for all Scout Rifles. I'm not really a Scout Rifle user. I don't think any of the maps in Crucible really warrant using a Scout Rifle. Unless you're going to sit in the back of a map and just lane. I just don't like it. In PvP, or I'm sorry, PvE, Scout Rifle's even less prevalent. You know, I'd rather hand cannon something, or pulse rifle something, or snipe it, whatever. Scout Rifles are kind of pointless. Snipers, they only touch rapid fire snipers, so they can two-shot body shot in the Crucible now. That's a needed buff, I think, but I think I don't know. I still think that the armor perks that are supposed to decrease the amount of flinch that you get when you're using a sniper, I think those should actually do that. They do technically decrease the amount of flinch. It's just not enough. I think those perks need to be buffed. I don't think there needs to be a flat base reduction in flinch for snipers. But I think if you want to invest your armor perks in being a sniper, it should work out for you. They nerfed grenade launchers again. Proximity grenade launchers got nerfed. So, proximity grenades can no longer impact directly, which nerfed special ammo grenade launchers. So apparently they can't one-shot with that perk. So that's neat, I guess. And then we go on to, like, Telesto. Got nerfed. It needed it. Now I can actually use Telesto and Crucible and not feel like a scumbag. Auto rifles, they got a buff. It's not enough to really matter, though. Especially when they added in something like Last Word, which is going to be an auto rifle range because it's a hand cannon, and it has an incredibly fast time to kill potential. Auto rifles are always going to be left in the dust with this current meta of hand cannons and shotguns. They would need a severe buff to the point of them being overpowered for auto rifles to make a comeback, in my opinion. Some people are going to do work with an auto rifle. More often than not, though, auto rifles are always going to lose in a 1v1 in the current meta. Armor, specifically, One-Eyed Mask. Why didn't it get nerfed? Bungie had said that they were looking at the One-Eyed Mask. I don't know how you could play even one game of Crucible against one Titan using One-Eyed Mask and not think that it is the most overpowered exotic in all of Destiny history. I'm going to leave it at that. It needs to get nerfed. I don't know why it didn't get nerfed. It should have been nerfed. Bungie, please. Please. Nerf that. Also, you know, figure out a way to get rid of Titan skating on PC. I would appreciate it. I'm sure a lot of the Destiny community would appreciate it. Just get rid of Titan skating. Here's the fix. Limit the amount of button pushes per second you can do. Flat out. The way that people make macros or anything for Titan skating to work, you need to basically set up a macro or set up a key binding moving the jump ability to your mouse wheel and just spam it. That's how they get Titan skating to work. So if you limit the amount of jumps you can do per second, hey presto, Titan skating is gone. There we go. That's the end of my little rant video. Hopefully I didn't run out of footage. Hopefully you enjoyed the Dawnblade Crucible footage in the background. Like I said, it was my opinion. And if your opinion differs at all and you want to debate or talk about it in the comment section, let's keep it civil. But I'm sure this video is going to get a fair amount of dislikes as well because it's an opinion piece and people don't like opinions on the internet anymore. But if you want to show support for my channel or my content creation, a like is greatly appreciated. If you're new here, you want to see more of my content, they're not all like this, hit that subscribe button, please. Please hit that subscribe button. But do not forget to have a good day, everybody, and I will catch you all next time.
5 minutes. Plenty of time to fight. I can feel that in my bones! You're falling behind. Gained the lead. Sound tactics bring victory. Dave would have been proud of how you ran through that like